Stewie's worst relationships. Stewie Griffin might be a genius, but when it comes to relationships, he's a walking disaster. From crushing on his babysitter,
God delivered it, I signed for it.
Stewie, you are so cute I can't even stand it.
to hitting on his therapist. This baby's love life is a total train wreck. After spending the past week digging through Stewie's worst relationships, it's clear that he's terrible at love. Grab some popcorn because these disasters are pure comedy gold. Chick Cancer, Season 5, Episode 7. Starting off with his relationship with Olivia, who was some wannabe child star waltzing back into Quahog like she's the queen of Hollywood.
But first, the big news in entertainment this week.
Fuller will be appearing at the Quahog Mall this weekend.
Naturally, Stewie, being the petty little psychopath that we all know and love, decides that he's gonna show up just to roast her in public. But the moment he sees her, he's hit with a big old baby crush. That's right, Stewie Griffin, world's youngest megalomaniac, is simping hard.
All right, Olivia, get ready to... Good Lord, she looks fantastic.
So Stewie starts scheming because of course he does. His genius plan? Pretend to be an adult. And not just any adult, but a douchebag adult? Yeah, that's exactly what Stewie had in mind. He's convinced that the key to Olivia's heart is treating her like a piece of crap.
Brian, do women like it when you treat them like crap? Well, Olivia, prepare to meet a much darker Stewie Griffin.
And guess what? It works. Because apparently Olivia's type is emotionally unavailable sociopaths in overalls. She agrees to go out with him, which raises some questions about her standards, but hey, who are we to judge?
Stewie, you're being mean.
So I'll pick you up at 7?
That sounds wonderful.
Their date actually goes pretty well. They laugh, they bond, they somehow manage to make toddler romance not as creepy as it sounds.
I know there's someone who cuts his own hair.
Yeah, no.
Bwong.
But then Olivia, being a friendly, normal person, chats with an old friend and Stewie loses his tiny baby mind. His jealousy levels shoots through the roof, and instead of, just taking a deep breath, his solution is to marry her. That's right, a full-blown pretend wedding. No prenup, no life plan, just pure chaos. Fast forward to their married life, and it's a disaster. They're bickering like they've been stuck in a 20-year marriage, except of mortgages and kids. It's arguments about kid stuff.
You're acting like a baby.
Where?
Stewie's walking around like some overworked sitcom husband, while Olivia's just done with all of his baby BS. But then, the final nail in the coffin, Stewie finds Olivia with another guy, and instead of handing it like a mature adult, or even a slightly unhinged toddler, he goes full Jerry Springer on her. He burns their freaking playhouse to the ground. That's right, a baby boy channels his inner arsonist and torches the place like he's starring in some old, boring Lifetime movie.
Idea for a farce.
In the end, Stewie's left with nothing but ashes, regret, and his usual amount of unhinged ego. And honestly, it's a goddamn masterpiece. No one does toxic baby drama quite like the one and only Stewie Griffin. Damn it, Janet! Season 2, Episode 15. After the flaming disaster that was Stewie's marriage to Olivia, you'd think that the kid would swear off love forever. But nope, just a season later, he's back on his baby BS, and this time he falls for Janet, a girl at his daycare. And honestly, Stewie's love life is starting to look like a bad soap opera, just with more pacifiers involved. It all begins when Stewie spots Janet and gets hit by Cupid's arrow. Or maybe just a bad case of baby hormones. Either way, he's hooked. That night, he's tossing and turning in bed, whining about how he can't sleep. Why? Because Janet's living rent-free in his tiny evil brain.
whining, insignificant wisp of fluff she is. What the deuce has come over me?
Brian, ever the sarcastic wingman, tells him that he's in love, and Stewie, well, naturally loses it. By the next day, Stewie's gone full creeper mode. He's at daycare lurking with binoculars like a baby-sized FBI agent, watching Janet like she's on the most wanted list.
My God, she's unappealing.
Then, miracle of miracles, she says hi. That's it. Just a hi, but Stewie reacts like she just proposed marriage. He practically faints when he hears this. This is the same kid who tried to assassinate his own mother, and now he's blushing over a girl who probably doesn't even know his last name. When Janet finally talks to him, Stewie thinks she's calling him Cookie. He starts blushing like a shy middle schooler.
Well, you can call me Cookie if you like.
Turns out, she just wants an actual cookie, but Stewie, well, he's on cloud 9. So, what does he do? The most unhinged thing possible. He sings to her. Janet, meanwhile, stares blankly, probably wondering why this weird baby is yelling notes at her. But just when Stewie thinks he's winning, Janet drops the hammer. She dumps him for a cookie. A freaking cookie. And not just that, she goes off to eat it with another kid. The utter betrayal. Stewie, desperate to save face, tries to make her jealous, pulling every trick in the book.
Who the hell is this? Look, Janet, is there something you need to tell me? Oh, hello, Janet.
But does Janet even look? Nope. She's too busy with her snack and her new man.
It's over, Leonard.
By the end of it all, Stewie's sitting there like a rejected reality show contestant, plotting his next move, loves a cruel game, and in Stewie's case, it's also downright hilarious. Valentine's Day in Quahog, Season 11, Episode 12. Alright, so Stewie's out here thinking that he's hot shit, doing whatever the hell he pleases because time travel is apparently just another Tuesday for Stewie. And then, oh boy, he sees her. The girl who's got him feeling all kinds of feelings. Like, for real, this is it for him. He's completely whipped, all giggly, swooning like a love-struck idiot. And honestly, it's embarrassing. This kid's literally just went from evil genius to awkward baby with a crush in under 10 seconds. You can almost smell the desperation. And then it happens. The moment, the cosmic bitch slap. Turns out this perfect girl that he's been drooling over is freaking Lois.
No, the hell with it. The real reason I ran over here is because... Lois! Come on, honey.
His mom. Yup, Stewie's basically starring in his own episode of Maury right now. And he is not okay. The realization hits him like a goddamn freight train. He's gagging, yelling, what the actual fuck, and also scrambling to piece his dignity back together. I mean, how exactly does one recover from this? Steroids. Season 7, Episode 13. But after some time, Stewie once again gets the absolute crap and guts kicked out of him by a girl. Like, really beaten. Bruised ego, crushed pride, the whole works. And instead of just shaking it off like a normal person, Stewie's brain short-circuits and he becomes infatuated with her.
Hey, come back here! All right, you asked for it.
Because obviously, nothing is more romantic than when you're getting your ass handed to you on the playground. Determined to never let this humiliation happen again, Stewie decides it's time to get shredded. He hits the gym with the intensity of someone who just discovered their ex is dating a personal trainer. Of course, Peter tags along to, help. Which means things are bound to go off the rails. Peter's version of a workout plan probably involves eating donuts between reps and yelling. But Stewie doesn't stop there. No. He dives headfirst into the world of steroids. Yes, a baby on steroids, because that always ends well.
Whoa! Oh my! Suddenly I'm full of energy!
After juicing up, Stewie transforms into the most terrifying sight imaginable. A roided out toddler. His body looks like a science experiment gone wrong. Abs, biceps, pecs, all crammed into this little frame. He's basically got muscles on muscles. At this point, he looks less like a baby and more like a mini bodybuilder who accidentally wandered off stage at a competition. Stewie spends the rest of the episode strutting around like he's the star of a fitness infomercial.
What's going on, B-?
Every chance that he gets, he's flexing, grunting, and showing off his juiced up body like it's a trophy. He is hitting poses in the kitchen and intimidating kids on the playground. As you'd expect, things spiral out of control because roids, toddlers, and inflated egos don't exactly mix well. What starts as a quest to impress a girl turns into one giant mess, but that's just another day in Stewie's ridiculous over-the-top life. At least he looked hilariously horrifying while it all lasted. Mr. and Mrs. Stewie, Season 10, Episode 19. After Stewie failed his steroid-fueled love quest in the previous episode in Steroids, he somehow manages to bounce back and fall head over heels again, this time in Mr. and Mrs. Stewie. While hanging out at the playground, Stewie meets Penelope, a girl who immediately catches his attention.
My name's Penelope. What's yours?
Stewie.
She's cute, she's charming, and most importantly, she's just as evil as he is. It's like finding your soulmate if your soulmate is a fellow tiny psychopath. Right away, these two just find the perfect way to hit it off. Their wickedness matches each other perfectly, like peanut butter and jelly, except in this case, the peanut butter is weapons and the jelly is straight up murder.
Do your parents have any idea?
No, she died.
Did you kill her?
When Stewie visits Penelope's house, he sees her room full of weapons. He's so impressed, it's like Christmas morning. She's even casually just mentioning that she's killed someone, and Stewie is practically drooling at this point. Obviously, the next logical step is proposing to her. Nothing screams true love like a shared interest in destruction.
Penelope, my one true soulmate.
Once they're an official evil couple, the chaos begins. First, they start small by messing with the neighbors. And by messing with the neighbors, I mean straight up killing one of them. But why stop there? These two maniacs crank things up to 100.
Dear Pakistan, up yours. Love, India.
They take their madness worldwide, bombing the Eiffel Tower for fun and flooding an entire city just because they can. It's the ultimate baby villain vacation package.
We blew up the Great Wall of China, bombed the Eiffel Tower.
They're unstoppable, and Stewie is loving every second of it. But then things take a dark turn. Well, darker than usual, Penelope asks Stewie to kill Brian, and Stewie doesn't even hesitate.
Stuart, do you love me? Kill Brian for me.
He actually tries to murder his best friend because his evil girlfriend told him to. That's love, I guess. Toxic, insane love, but love nonetheless. The whole thing is absolutely nuts. Stewie goes from being a solo psycho to having a partner in crime who somehow manages to out-evil even him. Their love story is pure chaos, filled with murder, destruction, and more red flags than a theme park on fire. It's messy, it's ridiculous, and it's exactly what you'd expect from Stewie's idea of romance. At least the Eiffel Tower didn't see it coming. Go, Stewie, go! Season 8, Episode 13. When everything ends up in a mess, Stewie decides to try his luck at acting and shows up at an audition. But there's a catch. there's only castings for girls. Instead of walking away like a normal person, Stewie does what any diabolical genius baby would do. He throws on a wig, a dress, and a fake personality, transforming into Karina.
Thank you all so much for squeezing me in for an audition. Oh dear God, didn't you hear?
He gets the part because apparently the people at the casting just can't tell a boy baby in a drag costume from an actual girl.
Everybody, this is our new Jolly Farm resident, Karina Smirnoff.
Once Stewie lands the role, he fully commits to his new identity. He struts around town as Karina, basking in the attention and even flirting with Brian just to mess with him.
Brian, it's me, Stewie.
Brian, of course, has no clue that it's Stewie, which makes it even better. Stewie is living his best double life until he meets Mary, one of his co-stars on the show. She's sweet, she's funny, and everything that Stewie never knew he wanted. There's just one problem. Mary thinks Stewie is a girl. Despite the awkwardness, Stewie becomes a huge star on the show, and his friendship with Mary just grows.
I think I'm in love with her.
But things take a turn when Stewie realizes that he's falling in love with her. And not just that, oh, she's cool kind of love, he's head over heels totally smitten with her.
Look at Julie, Brian. She's absolutely beautiful.
But he's stuck in his disguise as Karina, and the whole situation is a mess.
Karina? Yes, you have a visitor. Who is it?
Then Mary invites Karina, aka Stewie, to a sleepover. Stewie, desperate to be close to her, shows up in full Karina mode and spends the night bonding with Mary. He falls even more in love, and for a brief moment, it seems like everything is perfect. Until he confesses his feelings, and Mary drops the bombshell. She's not a lesbian. Now that's what I call awkward.
Oh, I'm not a lesbian.
With no way out, Stewie decides it's time to come clean. During a dramatic moment on set, he reveals the truth to everyone. He's not Karina. He is just a baby boy with commitment issues and a flair for theater.
For I am not who you think I am. I'm Desmond Sunflower, and I'm a boy.
The whole thing ends up in typical Stewie fashion, and let's just say it was just another day in the ridiculous, overly complicated life of Stewie Griffin. Stewie Loves Lois, Season 5, Episode 1. After Stewie's disastrous confession to Mary and revealing himself to be a boy, and ruining both his acting career and his love life, you'd think that he'd take a break from relationships for a while. But nope. In Stewie Loves Lois, Season 5, Episode 1, Stewie discovers a new kind of love, his very own mom. Yeah, it's pretty weird, so buckle up. It all starts when a wild dog almost turns Stewie into a chew toy. Lois jumps in to save him like some kind of a suburban superhero, but instead of being thankful, Stewie is pissed because, of course, Rupert got wrecked in the chaos. His beloved teddy bear is missing an arm, and for Stewie, this is basically the end of the world.
Oh, Rupert, please live, please.
However, Lois does the unthinkable. She fixes Rupert and cooks Stewie his favorite meal. It's like she hacked his little baby brain because suddenly he's not just grateful, he's in love.
You're my everything.
From that point on, Stewie transforms into the clingiest, weirdest version of himself. He follows Lois around like a lost puppy, throwing out compliments left and right. It actually got to a point where it's less adorable and more like a sitcom stalker who doesn't understand boundaries. Stewie even takes it up a notch by doing absurd things just to get her attention, like literally trying to spoon feed her some affection.
Mama!
What?
Hi.
The whole time, Stewie won't shut up about how much he loves her. It's really non-stop. Lois naturally is trying to figure out how she can survive her day without being suffocated by her overly affectionate and attached evil genius baby. But, as always, with Stewie, of course, his version of affection is just as dramatic and ridiculous as his usual attempts at world domination. 8 Simple Rules for Buying My Teenage Daughter, Season 4, Episode 8. After Stewie's failed love escapades, you'd think that he'd cool it with the romantic dramas. But nope, he's back at it again in full force. First, we see him on a blind date, which ends about as badly as you'd expect. Within minutes, Stewie casually comments on his date's body hair. And let's just say romance isn't in the cards. It's a disaster. But hey, that's just the warm-up.
But from the looks of your arm hair, I'm guessing you're Italian?
Things take a turn when Stewie's new babysitter walks in. The second he sees her, it's game over. He's completely smitten.
My God!
Forget his blind date and also any of his past crushes. The babysitter is the one. Stewie wastes no time getting ready for her, powdering himself everywhere.
Tonight the babysitter comes, Rupert.
He's practically glowing with delusional confidence by the time that she sits down to play Jenga with him. As they play, she pulls his cheeks and calls him cute, and Stewie's tiny evil heart practically melts on the spot.
I'm having a good time too.
But just as things seem perfect, her boyfriend shows up, and Stewie's fantasy shatters into a million tiny pieces.
Ha! I got your hat! Take that, hatless!
He instantly loses it, babbling incoherently while she tucks him into bed like he's a tantrum-prone toddler. Which, let's be honest, he totally is. But Stewie doesn't just sulk, he plots. He decides that the only logical solution is to destroy the guy.
All right, that's it. Jeremy must be destroyed.
Naturally, this involves kidnapping him because, Stewie doesn't do anything halfway.
What do I know? I'm just a baby!
Yet, when the babysitter gets upset that her boyfriend has stopped calling, Stewie seizes the moment to comfort her, thinking that this is his big romantic opportunity. He lays it on thick, trying to take advantage of her sadness, but she shuts him down so fast it's almost impressive. And just like that, Stewie's world crumbles again. His last-ditch effort to win her heart ends in tears. His tears, of course.
Stewie, no!
It's a classic Stewie meltdown, complete with sobbing and self-pity, proving once again that his love life is a never-ending train wreck. Send in Stewie, please. Season 16, Episode 12. After all the heartbreak, Stewie finally decides to give therapy a shot. Because, of course, what better way to address your deep-seated issues than by spilling your guts to a total stranger? He heads to see a gay psychologist, and instead of trying to work on his own problems, Stewie immediately starts playing mind games with the guy, making him feel guilty about his husband.
Thank you. I see you're on vacation. And a younger body to make you feel more virile.
Yeah, nothing says emotional growth like emotionally torturing your therapist. That's a classic Stewie move. But then, because Stewie can't keep it together for even 5 minutes, he starts crying like a little drama queen. The psychologist, being the professional that he is, gently asks Stewie, why did Stewie push the girl down the stairs? Stewie starts blabbing about how he doesn't fit in with anyone. Well, that's a shocker, and he even confesses his obsession with some actress that he can't get out of his head.
But do I think that Grant Gustin and I, the most adorable Instagram couple?
At this point, you almost feel bad for him. Almost. It's like watching a toddler get a little too philosophical and just utterly fail at it. He's basically telling his therapist that I'm a tiny evil genius who's secretly an emotional wreck. Now, please make me feel better so that I can go back to my terrible life. By the end of the session, Stewie gets all vulnerable and weirdly relieved, which, to be honest, is a first. For once, he feels like he's offloaded some baggage and isn't completely ready to destroy the world. But then, because Stewie never keeps it simple, he starts developing feelings for the therapist, and the cherry on top, by the end of the session, Stewie's a little too comfortable and decides that he's not just emotionally attached. Oh no, he's full on in love with the guy.
I don't want to be like everybody else.
Stewie Griffin's love life is an absolute train wreck, and honestly, we wouldn't have it any other way. Anyway, which one of Stewie's disasters do you think was the funniest? Let me know in the comments below. Also, remember to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel for more Family Guy content, and remember that we will catch you on the next one.